The first Saturday of October brings us to Lincoln, Nebraska, and sets the stage for each of these teams looking for their first Big Ten win. From a sunny Tom Osborne Field inside Memorial Stadium, it's homecoming as the Michigan State Spartans and the Nebraska Cornhuskers are getting set on 90.3 KRNU. Inside the broadcast booth, I'm Bobby Hessling alongside Blake Mace, and plenty to talk about heading into this game, including the Nebraska passing attack. Dylan Raiola has been excellent all year, as he is the only quarterback in the country with over 1,000 yards passing. His completion percentage is at 75%. He's thrown for 10 touchdowns. Is there anything that he can't do, Blake? So Nebraska will come to the line with two receivers split out wide to left. Luke Lindenmeyer, the tight end, attached on the left side of the line. Dane Key is on the far right side of the field. Dylan Raiola, the quarterback, has Emmett Johnson to his right. The official waits, backs away from the center, Justin Evans. It'll be first down and 10 for the Huskers on the Michigan State 48-yard line. Raiola with the wind to his back, hands it off on first down to Emmett Johnson. Johnson a carry of a few yards. Nothing substantial, got a gain of only 1 to the 47. He'll bring up second down and 9.
Yeah, if the Huskers don't want to rely on the pass today, they're really going to have to get that run game started.
And Dylan had told me that earlier in the week as well, saying that they have to get the run game started. Two receivers left, two receivers out wide to the right, stacked on top of each other. Raiola is going to make a check at the line. Those two receivers, by the way, Luke Lindenmeyer and Dane Key. Emmett Johnson goes from the right side of Raiola to the left. Second down and 9. Raiola drops back, looks, steps up. He can take off, throws it. It is going to be caught in the middle of the field by Emmett Johnson. Got a gain of about 6 or so yards. We'll bring up third down and 3 from the 41-42 line with 12:37 left in the opening quarter. Huskers offensively 50% on third down. That's 24th in the nation, Blake, and is tied for third in the Big Ten. Huskers have been really impressive on third down this season, and will line up with the receiver split out wide to the right. Two tight ends as well on the right side of the line. It's Harburg and Lindenmeyer. Raiola under center on third down and 3. Dane Key motions in, is behind Lindenmeyer and Raiola. Play fake. Raiola rolls out to his right, looking, is going to step up, is going to take off, and is going to dive for the first down. He had a man open in the end zone. If he had to throw, it was Harburg. Elected not to, but he took off.
Yeah, he may have had that opportunity there, but he did a great job of being smart with it, and he had the lane to just get the first down. That's all they needed to do there.
I'll tell you what, Dylan needs to work on sliding a little bit more. Receiver split out wide to left, two receivers out wide to the right. Raiola on first down and 10. Drops back, Michigan State brings a late blitz. Throws over the middle, pass is broken up, incomplete. Huskers looking for a flag. They will not get one. Rule has his headset off, is working down the sideline.
Yeah, very tight coverage on that play, and obviously the Husker faithful are not happy with that play there. But again, if that's what Michigan State needs to do in this game, their pass defense is not that great. They need to step up in this game if they want to have a chance here, because we know the Huskers' pass offense ranks second in the nation right now.
Just saw it on our monitor up here. Malcolm Bell was the one in coverage, and he did have an arm around Dane Key. It is second down and 10 with 11:44 to go from the Michigan State 36-yard line. Raiola in shotgun throws out to his left. Pass is going to be caught by Ja'Cory Barney trying to shed a tackle, and is going to go down for a gain of about 2 yards. Josh Eaton made the tackle, and it's going to be third down and 8.
Yeah, a lot of these short routes right now. I wonder if the wind is playing in a factor right now of not trying to launch it down in the air. You do not obviously want to get an interception. Don't want to risk it this early in the game. So throwing out to the flat is what we've seen so far.
Dylan will go into shotgun, third down and 8 at the 34-yard line. Receiver split out wide to the left. It is Quinn Clark. Raiola motions a man in. Third down and 8. Raiola gets the snap a little out wide to his right. Drops back. Pocket collapses. Is going to look. Is going to throw. Has a man. Luke Lindenmeyer is caught for a first down. Out past the 25-yard line. Inside the 25. There is a flag down at the 15. Wait and see what this call is. By the way, starting left tackle Elijah Pritchett. We talked about that in the open of he might be there.
Yeah, he's a player that really needed to step up, and we hope we've seen it so far. If you're really the Huskers, if they want to have a good offensive line, he's someone that came into the offseason. This was a big guy for Nebraska to get, and if they want to be good in the offensive line, they need Elijah Pritchett to step up today.
The flag is a defensive holding on Michigan State. There is a Husker, or a Spartan rather, that is down. It is Josh Eaton at the 5-yard line. He is down on one knee. Now, the heat could play into the factor of cramping here, Blake, is Eaton still down on one knee right now, and now he'll go onto his backside. this is something that we're going to have to watch. Is going to be the heat for sure, and cramping, stuff like that, and especially for Michigan State. They're on a black sideline. You can only imagine how hot it is over there.
Yeah, this is exactly what Nebraska wanted when they did these black sidelines. And, talking to the grounds crew earlier in the game when we were doing our walk around the stadium, for the HCU game, they measured it, and it was around 140 degrees on the turf. And you already know that's just going to ramp up in this game right here. Obviously rivals that in temperature, and so you already know that these players are going to be feeling it early.
Well, we have a second. Danny Berg directly behind us has an update of something.
Yeah, we got a scoreboard update for you guys. We got 5 Big Ten games today. Number 22, Illinois took down Purdue today, 43-27 in West Lafayette. Number 20, Michigan took down Wisconsin, 24-10 in the Big House. And so far, Penn State is down 10-7 to UCLA at the Rose Bowl after 15 minutes, guys. Maybe
UCLA just had to fire their offensive coordinator to get something going, or Penn State is a broken school. One or the other. Find out next.
Yes.
Not on this show, though. It'll be first down and 10 for the Huskers inside the Michigan State 25-yard line. Huskers moving the football with 10:57 to go and running in the opening quarter. Raiola lines up under center. He has got an extra tight end on the left end, Luke Lindenmeyer. 2 receivers bunched up on the left side as well. Raiola gets a snap on first down and 10. Hands it off. Emmett Johnson running to his right. He's got a crease. He's got a first down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first down and goal, unless they spot it first and 10 from the 10 for the Michigan State offense. Nebraska offense.
Yeah, Malik Spencer there had the late tackle there, and that's what you need out of Emmett Johnson. He's very shifty. Him and Mekhi Frazier from Michigan State, very similar. They're both very shifty, not just power runners. They try to get through the gap there, and he was able to do it there.
Emmett Johnson so far this season, 391 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging about 97 yards per game and 116 all-purpose yards per game. 3 receivers split out wide to the left for the Husker offense. 10 minutes exactly left on the first quarter game clock. Back to the right as well. It's Emmett Johnson. Raiola drops back. First down and goal. Looking in the end zone. He's got a man overthrew Ja'Cory Barney.
That is very similar to what we've seen Raiola do in the end zone. Some of those plays where he tries to toss it over him. This one wasn't as lofted as what he's done recently, trying to get it there in the end zone. But just a little bit outside there, that's going to be one that Dillon wants back, that's for sure.
Just a little too far out in front. Cromwell was in coverage, but he didn't do much in order to disrupt that pass. 3 receivers again split out wide to the left for the Huskers. Dane Key split out wide to the right on the numbers. Huskers from the right hash, second down and 10. Emmett Johnson out in motion to the right side. Raiola steps up, will take off, trying to absorb contact, and is going to go all the way down inside the 5 to about the 2-yard line. He might be a physical back.
He might.
Dana mentioned, hey, you'll be surprised what RB2 is going to have. Maybe it's Dillon.
Yeah, maybe Dillon will be RB2 there. He lowered his shoulder and still tried to inch forward there to get the touchdown, but he wasn't able to get there. Came close, though, and that's what you love to see out of Dillon. His decision-making so far of when to run the ball has been spectacular to start the game.
Jordan Hall was the one that helped make the tackle, as did Malik Spencer, as you mentioned, Blake. It's going to be third down and goal from the 3-yard line. Raiola is to the left of Harburg. Harburg will take the snap. Johnson is in motion out to the right. Harburg gets the snap, hands it to Dillon. Dillon back to Emmett, running to his left, has a blocker inside. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And the double handoff right there. Having Heinrich Harburg, a little trickery. Again, Michigan State not prepared for that one. And even though they had, they run a 4-2-5 defense, and they were able to they were out of position there, and they didn't see it coming.
The double handoff and a good block by Harburg as well, lowering his shoulder right into Malcolm Bell to make sure he had no chance to get Emmett. And an extra point away from this being a 7-0 game with 9:09 to go in the opening quarter. They release the balloons. Kyle Cunanan on to try the extra point. He is 22 for 22 this season. A balloon flew into the booth as well. Happened last game against Michigan. Danny Berg got that one. Cunanan's extra point is right through, and it's 7-0. Nebraska on top of Michigan State. 9:09 to go in the opening quarter. We'll take a break here on KRNU. Huskers in front, 7-0. The wind is now really beginning to howl out of the south. Punt is away, and it's blocked! Huskers have it, and they'll scoop and score it into the end zone for a touchdown.
I can't believe it. You talk about it, their special teams is fantastic, and that's what's been hyped up the entire coming into this game, and the Huskers capitalized off it.
Carter Nelson was the one that scooped and scored and brought it in. Jameer Khan was the one who blocked it, and the Huskers block a punt for 6. This is the 14th play of the drive. It's 3rd down and goal from the 11-yard line. This drive has already gone on for 7.5 minutes and for 64 yards. Aiden Childs with 2 receivers to his right, 3 receivers now to his right. The back is Tullis. 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. Receiver out wide to the left as well. Childs waits, throws over the middle, too far, incomplete. There is a flag down by the 13-yard line, and a late flag comes in from the back judge.
Yeah,
Deshaun Singleton was in coverage.
Yeah, Deshaun Singleton there had good coverage, but there's both 2 flags in the play here.
Wait for the official. These might be offsetting penalties because the one came from essentially the line of scrimmage area, and the other one I think they're going to get on the coverage of Singleton on Amari Kelly.
Yeah, that flag was thrown late. The first flag was thrown right away.
Against Nebraska. Offside, defense number 96. That penalty is declined. Hessling clearance. Defense. That ball makes it. This is foul. It's automatic.
So they get Williams-Winery on an offsides, and then the other one is pass interference on Deshaun Singleton. And that's a free first down for Michigan State, half the distance to the goal as well. And the drive only continues for Michigan State offensively.
It looks like he got there just a bit early this time. But you also got to look back at the Michigan State play. We saw in Nebraska's first drive, and potentially could have been a flag there.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. 14:56 until halftime. Velling in motion from left to right. Childs looks, waits, pocket collapses, down he goes. Elijah Judy, the first one home to bring Childs to the ground.
Yeah, Elijah Judy just was able to get there on that play.
Childs is down. Aiden Childs is down at the 19-yard line, and the backup is Alicio Milivojevic. Milivojevic has not played a collegiate game yet, Blake.
But you hate to see Aiden Childs down. He's taken some brutal hits so far this game.
Well, while Childs is down, we'll step aside. We'll be back in just a moment here on 90.3 KRNU. 2 receivers, now 3 receivers out wide to the right. Jack Velling is one of the tight ends on the right side as well, acting like a receiver. Boyd is the receiver split out wide to left. 3rd down and 9. Childs too high for Tullis. It's intercepted. Deshaun Singleton realized it was too high for Tullis and brought it in. An interception, first Husker turnover.
Yeah.
Michigan State is 1 of 6 on 3rd down this afternoon. 3 receivers out wide to left, 1 out wide to the right. Childs in the gun with Frazier to his right. Childs gets a snap. Lenhart flew in. It's intercepted again. Deshaun Singleton, his 2nd interception of the day. 6:20 to go in quarter 3, and a big 4th down and 4 for Michigan State. 3 receivers split out wide to the right. Childs with the back in the backfield. Need to get to the 12-yard line if you're Michigan State. Childs eludes pressure. Stepping up to his left is going to try to take off. He's got a first down inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Michigan State.
And a big answer by Aiden Childs right there. His shiftiness, he made a defender miss and got into the end zone. A huge play out of Michigan State.
Desan McCullough over pursued in the pocket. Childs made a few guys miss and has his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and Michigan State an extra point away from tying this game up with 6:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. Under 90 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Riola, 2 receivers on the left side. Lindenmeyer, tight end, also on that left side. Johnson in the backfield. 2nd and 3. Handed off to Johnson, making a few guys miss. He's got a first down the right side. Inside the 10, inside the 5. For the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Well, Bobby, I didn't expect that. Out of nowhere, the Huskers are able to respond. Emmett Johnson, the shiftiness is able to make the guys maneuver out of the Michigan State defenders. Could not get the right line to attack him there and tackle him. And his speed was the deciding factor in that play.
Extra point away from this game being tied up. 5 plays, 75 yards. Minute 26 off the clock, so Nebraska does not help their time of possession, but they help the yards.
Points are points in this situation, and they needed them badly there.
Extra point away from this game being tied up with a minute 11 until the beginning of the 4th quarter. Kyle Cunanan takes his 2 steps to the left, sets up to try an extra point. Wind seems like it's died down a little based off of the flags at the top of the goalpost. Snap down, kick on the way. It is up. It is good. It is 21-all between Nebraska and Michigan State. I mean, Blake, a really good offensive drive. I think Nebraska fans are going to ask themselves, where has that been for the last 45 minutes of game time?
Yeah, maybe the confidence out of Dylan Raiola. That one deep pass play there, he did something that he really hasn't been able to do all game, and step up in the pocket, get his feet set, and huck that thing down the sideline. And Ja'Cory Barney, he's a player that can get separation, and on that long pass play, he was able to get separation. We hadn't seen it in the first half. The wide receivers were not able to get that great of separation, but right there on the deciding factor to get it pushed down the field, Ja'Cory Barney did what exactly he had to do.
Good response from the Nebraska team as well. Talked to Dylan earlier in the week, and he said some teams will act differently after a loss. He said he knew we had a special group when we got in the locker room after Michigan, and the guys really just had latched onto each other. Dylan said we took it on the chin. We're going to create a stronger bond and attack the rest of the season. That's the resiliency you like, tying the game up at 21 after 21 answered from Michigan State.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be surprising that this game, as the ball falls off there again, maybe need a holder on this one. But it's not surprising in versus Michigan State, 5 of the last meetings between the two teams have been decided by 5 points or fewer. So we shouldn't really be surprised that this thing is knotted up 21-21 right now. It is an absolute dogfight right now. You got to get the points whenever you can.
The last Nebraska-Michigan State game that was played inside Memorial Stadium finished with a final score 9-6. It's a short kick. The ball's out. Nebraska might be on top of it. There's a dog pile down by the 27-yard line. Nebraska's signaling that they have it, and they do. The short kick pays off for Nebraska. Jack Boyd could not come down with it, and the ball was free, and the Huskers take it away.
And that allows the Husker fans to get back in this game. Now they have even more to cheer for, and fantastic field position. We saw that kick go floated up in the air, and I thought when it was coming down that, oh boy, this is not a great kick for Nebraska, and now this gives them fantastic position. Just some miscommunication on a Michigan State side there.
Vincent Genatone and Mekhi Nelson were the two that were in there to recover the short kick. Mekhi Nelson was the one that eventually came away with it. 6:54 to go. The clock is now an even bigger factor. Nebraska's playing with the clock on their side. Emmett Johnson to the left of Raiola. Keelan Smith in motion from left to right. Raiola quick throw out to the right side, caught by Isaiah Hunter. Out past midfield, Isaiah Hunter's green grass in front of the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Nebraska.
Well, Bobby, you had defenders all around him, and honestly, I didn't see that happening in that play. The defenders were in the right position, but that's what happens there when Isaiah Hunter is able to just extend it upfield, and another Michigan State Spartan is down.
There's a Spartan down at the 23-yard line. Isaiah Hunter shed off 2 tackles, and next thing he saw was green grass, and then he saw the end zone. Brandon Tullis is in the backfield. 4th and 8 for Michigan from their own 27-yard line. 3 receivers out wide to the right, receiver out wide to the left. Childs drops back. Pocket collapses, down he goes! Cam Lenhart, the first one in.
And it's off that left side too there, Bobby, where we saw the replacement left tackle in today is where the pressure comes from, unblocked.
Cam Lenhart flew in, beating Connor Moore. Jumped on the back of Childs, forces a turnover on downs. The drive comes to an end. Nebraska has their 4th sack of the afternoon. Childs slow to get up, and sure, that body cannot feel all that well right now. Nebraska trying to get to 10-4 all time over Michigan State. Emmett Johnson has 120 all-purpose yards this afternoon. His average entering in today was 116. John Hull boots it away. Into the end zone we go for a touchback. Well, if this were to hold, this is something that, Blake, I know you're sort of not ready to hear, and I don't know if anyone else is ready to hear, but there's a Taylor Swift stat that kind of correlates. Michigan State is 0-5 in road games after Taylor Swift drops an album. She dropped an album yesterday, The Life of a Showgirl, and I created this whole spreadsheet of every Big Ten team's record after Taylor Swift drops an album. So I asked Dylan earlier in the week, I was like, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song? And he said, our song from Taylor Swift's original album that released in 2006.